A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. I'm Ritwika Gupta. In this segment, the spotlight is on RSB Group. Founded in 1973, RSB stands at a momentous milestone this year as the group celebrates 50 years of engineering excellence, a journey anchored to unity and invincibility. To talk about this journey and much more, I'm going to be in conversation with Nishit Behera, Executive Director, RSB Group. Thank you, Nishit, for joining us today on Leaders of Tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the effort of interviewing me and knowing about RSB.
So to begin with, Nishit, the RSB Group has seen significant growth and transformation over the years, moving from component manufacturing to complete aggregate systems. Can you elaborate on the company's journey so far?
RSB started in 1973 in Jamshedpur. It was started by my uncles, my elder uncle and the next uncle who joined. Then we started with a small fabrication job for Tata Growth Shop. And from there, our journey started and we went into components, then we went into aggregates, then we went into complete systems. And to understand our journey, it was a vision set by the promoters. On one hand, the vision was set that we need to move towards higher engineered products. And on the other hand, the vision was set to create a culture which was of innovation and customer satisfaction. And when these two were merged together, that's where our journey led us from a component to an aggregate system.
Now, RSB is making significant strides in the electric vehicle sector with a 70% market share in India's EV segment. What opportunities do you foresee in the EV market, and how are you leveraging partnerships like the one with EVR Motors, to expand your capabilities?
So RSB was predominantly serving the commercial vehicle segment. And when we started looking at EV as a sector or EV as a technology which was going to affect the automotive industry, we looked at which all segments EV will start impacting. And it was our understanding that EV's penetration in the two-wheeler segment, three-wheeler segment, and LCV segment will be far faster than the other segment. Now, leveraging on our commercial vehicle presence, we started targeting the LCV segment, for which we developed the e-axle system. And now we are developing, or we are already on the verge of creating our motor and associating with the controller guide to give a complete solution for the LCV segment of the automotive industry. In this, our relationship with EVR has assisted us. In a way, it has catapulted us in shortening the timeline of our product development. EVR is an Israeli company which predominantly focuses on motor design. This has enabled us. And one of the key strengths which we bring to the table, RSB brings to the table, is that we have the mechanical solution, which is the e-axle. At the same time, we have a solution for the motor and the controller, so that we can give a complete integrated solutions to the customer.
So with a strong global presence across markets like the US and Europe, how do you see the international landscape shaping RSB's future, especially as you expand your operations in regions like Mexico?
We did an acquisition in the US in 2006 with the aspiration and a vision to enter into the US market. The US entity expanded and set up a greenfield expansion project in Mexico. The kind of investment and the growth we are seeing in Mexico and the kind of opportunities which is being seen in Mexico does make us excited that we will be able to take our products, what we are manufacturing in India, leverage on our manufacturing presence in Mexico, and cater to the US market. And we have been there for last 10 years now in Mexico. So yes, Mexico as a geographical location is a location which can be leveraged exponentially to cater to the US market.
Now, RSB's revenue has shown impressive growth with FY24 reaching over 2,800 crores and projections of 3,000 crore rupees for FY25. What strategies have contributed to this success, and how does the company plan to achieve the ambitious target of 5,000 crore rupees in the next 2 to 3 years?
We at RSB believe keep the strategies simple, and then the execution becomes far easier. In that scenario. So we broke our strategies in two fold. The first fold was the existing product need to maximize its customer penetration. But at the same time, the second leg was also quite thriving, and we were pushing hard was the new product development. It's an extensive new product development strategy where each of our vertical has a product development in process, where we are able to cater to new offerings or new product or new solutions to the customer. And that has assisted us in growing or having a sustainable growth over the years.
Now, Nishit, I've read that you've partnered with Bain Capital to achieve aggressive growth targets, including tripling your turnover to 10,000 crore rupees in the next 5 years or so. Tell us, how does this partnership help RSB execute its growth plans?
So a couple of years back, when we were having our board meeting and all, and we were contemplating how do we chart the next RSB 2.0 of it, how do we envision RSB 2.0, and how do we chart the growth trajectory of RSB. And there were opportunities which we could see. There were products which we were looking at bringing to the Indian market with a higher technology and far more better, efficient product. And we found our culture and way of thinking was matching or aligning a lot with Bain. They had a similar kind of a culture like ours, where they were not looking for quick solutions, but they were looking at a long-term sustainable growth, both in terms of its top line and also the kind of products which we want to develop and engineer. So, and with Bain's presence across the globe, they give us access to markets and customers, which will only accentuate or push RSB in having a far more aggressive growth.
Absolutely. And now, given the focus on innovation, RSB is expanding into areas like agricultural equipment and railway products. So how does the diversification into these segments align with your long-term growth strategy?
To understand our strategy towards railways or agriculture, we used to cater to the agriculture segment in the terms of gears from almost now, I guess, 20 odd years we are supplying to the agriculture segment. At the same time, our R&D division was looking at products which, with the strengths which we have in our R&D, if we will be able to develop products to the agriculture segment or the railway segment or the defense, all three were being studied. What kind of products we can develop, what kind of challenges these segments are facing, wherein RSB can come in and develop a product or a solution to mitigate those challenges. So our strategy to cater to this segment was based on two. One, by understanding our own strength and competencies. And second, bringing innovation and engineering to the table to provide a product or a solution which can cater to these segments like railway or defense.
And finally, looking ahead, tell us, what is your vision for the future of RSB Group, especially as you're targeting new revenue milestones and you're also considering an IPO within the next 5 to 7 years?
For the products which we are already in a matured stage, we would like to sustain those SOPs. How do we sustain? By providing a good service in terms of it delivery, quality, and cost to the customers which we already have. On top of that, we'll set our new product development. The third, which we are looking at, is the acquisition, where we will look at organization or companies which are synergetic to us, where we will be able to harness the strength of both the organization, and we'll be able to grow far faster. And the fourth, which we are looking at, which I've already spoken, leveraging on our presence in Mexico, so that we can grow our export or our sales to US as a market. So these are the four layers which we are banking on, or which we are keeping to reach to the target which we have set.
Well, all the very best to you, Nishit. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you for taking the time again to know us.